So this weekend we are headed north up to Kentucky for a Drift Appalachia event. We are going to be drifting a mountain road, and not just any mountain road, a very gnarly, very fast, very sketchy mountain road that has the ability to claim a lot of cars' lives because it is a hairy one. So we set out at about 8 in the morning because it's about a 13 to 14 hour drive for us to get up there. We started making our way out of Florida. I decided to take my open trailer this time because the area we are going to is not very trailer friendly. That's the downside to going and drifting gnarly mountain roads, is generally what's around them is more gnarly mountain roads. So we kept on trucking. We made our way out of Florida. I even spotted a test vehicle with the quote-unquote camo wrap. I don't know if I've ever seen one of these out in real life. But before we knew it, after a couple fuel stops, we had made our way into the backcountry. We were greeted by an incredible sunset as we cruised through the rolling hills of Kentucky. And I'm kind of trying to race this sunset. I'm trying to get to my Airbnb before the sun goes down completely because I know it's going to be kind of hard to get my trailer up there, and I'm hoping that I can do it with some daylight left. But unfortunately, we had about 20 minutes of sunlight and a 30-minute drive, so we didn't quite make it. But we woke up to this view the next morning, and it was time to get ready to do some driving. All right, well, we're up here in Kentucky for Drift Appalachia. This is my Airbnb here, and we are gonna have to back down that road because there's a turnaround down there, but it's way too small. But I think we got this. Oh, we made it to the bottom. Well, the bottom of where we had to go. It's super steep. Oh. While this is a difficult place to get in and out of with a trailer, we are like half a mile or a mile from the touge start point. It is quite steep. You would not want to lose your brakes going down this. Hey, look at that old shop. Wow. God, I love this area so much. We got the road closed. Whoa, look at this, dude. This is crazy. This is a lot more less middle of nowhere than the last one was. Anyway, we should be pitting up here somewhere. We got Reader behind us fitted and Wicknick in front of us, which is sick. Location's great, fit-wise. Oh god. Clean. Fence. Then we got Wicknick, my boy, with the Fummins. And then me, and then Reader. Alright, the question is, where do we put our new sticker? We can go here. I think that's gonna really start to get into my vision. These are all tech stickers, which is crazy. I'm very proud of that.
I don't want to hear like, yo, I can do this. Nah, go up there, check it out. This way we can enjoy today. Keep in mind that we want to keep our cars looking good so we can go enjoy tonight. And then tomorrow, you know, send it responsibly. But please take the time to go look at that turn and see what you're dealing with. All right? Cool.
You guys today are driving as a team. You guys are all a team. You're here driving together. You're going down in trains. So you guys are bros today. I don't give a shit what's going on with whoever, but you guys are a team, and that's how you got to drive or it won't work. So keep that in mind. That's the main thing I wanted you guys to get put in your head because, like I said, you guys are all got to look out for each other today. So it's a high consequence situation. So keep it all together. Be bros.
All right, well, we're heading up for the first lap. We're supposed to sight lap it, but I think I'm going to try to drift it lap 1. I do know this time that it's uphill. But the most fun lap is the first lap. Car is still doing that intermittent shit. I wish I had a spare ECU. That was something I meant to try. I was gonna steal the one out of my truck, but it ran fine. They're in this freaking test day. I guess let me catch you guys up. We'll kind of don't jump straight into it. So basically, where'd my hat go? Lost my hat. You guys lost my hat. Basically, car was doing random breakup things the last time. Oh, whoo, it's hot. It's down by my transmission tunnel. It's hot. Yeah, so we're up here in Kentucky for Drift Appalachia, Backroads of Appalachia, Drift Indy. There's a combination thing. It's awesome. We're drifting a legal, closed down mountain road, which is the coolest thing ever. Most exhilarating drifting, most challenging drifting I've ever done, aside from comps, which are challenging in a different way. So it's, I don't know, it's been amazing. I did the last one in West Virginia last month and this one now. It's such a cool, just the coolest thing. And it's super challenging and super intense and super exciting. So anyway, last time we were here, the car had some random breakup issues that would cut. And so before last weekend, we took it to OSW and I beat the ever-living snot out of it. It did it once on the first, second lap, I think. And then I changed the tune up some. It was a little lean. I added some fuel. I added some timing because we're on better E85. I did all this stuff. And then it was better. And it worked perfectly fine for the entire rest of the time. I mean, ran just crisp and clean. And then today, the lap one, it did the cut thing. It's almost the exact repeat of last time. It did the cut thing a few times on the way, the first half. And on the second half, it only did it once, but then it was breaking up, but then it was also clean sometimes. And it's just not a good place for your car to literally completely lose all drive out of nowhere. So, I mean, I'm not too worried about it. But it's just I would like for that not to happen. I don't want someone to be on my door and then I just shut down. But that was exciting. This road's very different than the other road. It's fast, but then also slow. So you go really fast and then you go into a really slow corner. So it's a little more risky. You got to be on your toes and know the road. And I'm trying not to, there's Jimmy Oaks. I'm trying not to be a bitch. Had to bleep that out. And not handbrake so much on the uphill. After the last one, I was watching my footage and I'm like, dude, you did not need to handbrake there. So I'm trying to be cognizant of that this time and send it, but real fun. Just gonna get this dang thing to cooperate. It's just mad because it got sat for 2 years. But anyway, that's where we are. That's what we're doing. We're gonna have some fun. The old Miata is a ripper. And it just it's needed a little love for a long time. All right, I'm gonna work on my car and then we're gonna go drive some more, hopefully. All right, well, my spare parts, I forgot of all the times when I really would need my spare parts. I knew I'd need them. This is the problem with switching trailers because I brought the open trailer knowing that the Airbnb was gonna be a little inaccessible, which was the right call. But the thing I forgot to grab was my tote, the spare parts out of the enclosed trailer. So fortunately, Josue was able to, I need to grab a wrench. Josue was able to ship me all my the main spares overnight. And there's a UPS location in Stanton, which is 10 minutes from here, that we shipped them to. So I am gonna go there, pick up my spare parts. It's just the basic stuff that could be causing my problem. So I've got some injectors, I've got fuel filter element, which I need to change regardless because hasn't been changed in a while. I've got plug wires, which haven't been changed in a while, and plugs. So anyway, I'm gonna run to Stanton. It's a nice thing though, I registered my car. So instead of trying to unhook the trailer or something, we're just gonna drive the Miata down there. Ugh. I spent some time trying to update my dash so that I could data log directly from it, but when I was having trouble with that, since I didn't have enough service to hotspot, I decided to just bring my laptop as a passenger and log every run and see if we could find the problem. Oh, so they're gonna have to clean up oil? I don't think I was smart enough to remember to bring a water bottle either. get hot. Like, at least I got a dialogue of it. That, when I got it really hot, not even that hot, the 215, it started running not great. And we got that locked too. So basically tonight we'll investigate. We got our parts, do what we need to do. I'm gonna go look at it. This is going up to the Airbnb. It's too low of a gear to lock the converter, so you just slip in the converter. It definitely doesn't like it. It has to go down to first there, and then it starts going. All right, well, made it back to the Airbnb. I'm gonna try to unload the car here. Loading it might be a little weird. It's going downhill. I guess I'll set you guys up just because, in case it goes really wrong. Whew. Oh my God, we were so close to disaster, but we made it. All right, well, time to go meet everyone at the gas station. You know I come stocked. It's hot in here. Let's get rolling. Ended up getting barbecue. It is wild just street driving this thing around in the mountains. I'll load it back up, ready to roll in the morning. Ready for some AC.
What you're gonna do is put 2 cones. You need to, if you're turning around, turn around between those 2 cones.
All right, we're going out with Brandon Wicknick. Long time homie, absolute shredder. Probably the best battle I've ever had in competition was with Wicknick. Clutch kickers. It was whatever round I won. I don't remember if that was 3, 4, 3. I don't remember. Anyway, we had an epic battle. We did 2 one more times, and they were just bangers, man. So we're gonna drive together. We're gonna flip-flop back and forth. He's gonna lead up, I'm gonna lead down because my car's a little faster. When you're going downhill, you have the momentum with you. So, you know, the power differential doesn't matter as much because you're having to scrub that speed anyway, whereas uphill, if your car has a lot of power, you can carry more speed. So it'll be easier for him to chase downhill. It'll be easier for me to chase uphill. pressure not so great. Well, I don't know if I have any other wheels, but my suspension maybe looks okay. Hard to tell. Is my tire out okay? Ah, dude. I'll have to review the footage, but shout out to Kevin. Got my tires swapped. So these are the OG wheels I used to run in the front. You can see the grind marks where they used to grind really bad on the control arms, which they still will, but I know they work on the front. And then these are the rears that those tires are mounted on. These are by 9s. But yeah, look at this wheel. But hey, shout out to Nitto, man. That tire, I could probably have reused this tire, to be honest. Look at this thing. It got a little, oh shoot, sorry I dropped you. It got a little tore up there. Oh yeah, never mind. But I mean, for how bad the wheel is, the tire was still holding air when I got back. Anyway, damage report. This is how my camber adjustment is on these shorter die arms. So you loosen these Allens, you slide this in. So the hit just pushed it all the way in. It also knocked that bolt a little loose, but I tightened it, so it seems okay. The only thing I'm worried about is when it went all the way in, it basically rammed the control arm into the rotor. So you can see like the nuts for my brake rotor got a little tore up, but they all seem, you know, intact. So I don't know, we'll take it easy on the first lap. I'll probably just not do the super fast part, because that part, it's just, you know, it's a little sketch if I had an issue. But you know, one of those things, it happens. It sucks that it happened so early on, but you know, that's, you know, part of it. Anyway, it's a bummer. I was definitely a little frustrated in the moment, just because you're like, it's one thing when you're doing something crazy. It's like me and Brandon Wicknick, if we were pushing the limits on that fast section where it's real sketchy and he crashed into me or I crashed into him and we both messed our cars up, it's like, you know, it's what happens when you're pushing the limits. That's eventually going to happen. But when you crash not pushing the limits, that's when it sucks. But I think everyone's on the same page now that if you're going, especially downhill into a hairpin, you don't stop unless you have to. Like if a car was blocking the road, you'd stop, right? There's no other choice. But if you can avoid stopping, you avoid stopping, because then pileups happen. I actually got out of it better than some other people. The guy who hit me, his car got really messed up. And then a guy it was a pileup. All right, wheels back on. At least gave me an excuse to change up the look. But anyway, I got my plug wires. I'm gonna go ahead and just change these. I have plugs too, but I don't really want to go down that rabbit hole because I don't have the right, I need a specific socket wobbly thing to change the plugs on this car. So anyway, we're just gonna do plug wires. All right, well, we had a little bit of a excursion there. Vince like half spun and tried to stay true to my own advice of keep it moving, but that required a trip through the ditch. But it was worth it. Nobody crashed behind us. So, but it was, I got to look under there. Either way, the car felt real sketchy. And I thought it was just me, but then I realized it's probably the alignment, and it is. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but we're at 71 and 3/8 there. We're at 72 and 5/8 here. So we have about a 1.25 inch toe out in the front, which definitely would make it not feel right. You can see this wheel's about where it should be. It's a little out. That wheel's way out, so I need to bring that wheel in some. This one might be all right. And it'll probably drive better. All right, well, time to back down this road for hopefully the last time and start making our way back home. Well, we made it back home. The old Miata had a pretty rough weekend, all things considered. But I mean, it is still kind of in one piece. It's just, it's hurting. It is. I think it's time. It's time for this thing to get the rebuild it deserves, both on the chassis side of things and on the engine side of things. The engine is, it's unhappy. This is a pop-off valve that on the Vet never opens because it's got a dry sump. This car has a dry sump. And this one's missed an oil. So, yeah, I think those 2 cylinders that had low compression 2 years ago are really, really low at this point. And that's not helping our cause. But I did swap to my old set of injectors. They're the same, just my previous set. And then to change the plug wires that I could. And it did seem to run better that last bit. But it was hard to tell because the alignment was so wonky. And you know, I wasn't really paying attention to that. I was paying attention to the way the car was driving, because basically that last day, man, there was a lot of crashes. Like pretty much every run each way, someone ended up in a ditch, and then because of that, they ended up shutting down early. Me and Hurt were talking, and I just missed getting like suited up in time to go for the run up, and then there was a 3-car crash. And we were both like, you know, I was like, I think that's my sign to call it. And he was like, yeah, that's my sign. And we both went back, and then I think they ended up shutting it down after that. But what a great time, as always. I mean, I'm glad I took the Miata in hindsight, because it got thrashed. I wanted to try to take the Vet this time, but I knew my Airbnb, there was no way I was getting an enclosed there, because I booked it so last minute. I couldn't find one with a big open area. So glad I took the Miata, because it got a bruising, but you know, all the more excuse to rebuild it. I love that car. It has the engine. None of it owes me anything. It has been through a lot, and it has held up through all of it. So I'm really happy with the car. I had a blast. Huge shout out to Drift Appalachia and just everyone who makes these events possible, because they are just a ton of fun. That road was nuts. Like every run, your heart was pumping, because we were flying. I mean, the fast sections, I'd be willing to bet we were doing over 70 in drift. We're cruising through there. So it was a great time. But that being said, we are home, and it is time to get back to work on all of the projects. And it's time to start compiling the parts to get the Miata rebuilt. Hopefully with a NASCAR motor and a dog box, you know, but back better than ever, ideally. That's the plan. So jibber jabber, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and can't wait to see you next time. Bye, guys.